Hi, everybody. Happy afternoon. I was waiting just a little while so that we could make sure that we had the foster parent for our pet of the week this week joining us. And this week, we are featuring another available pet with our friends from Loving Pet Project of North Carolina. They are our charity partner of the month. And when you come in and shop with us at either store location and opt to round up your invoice, it will go to our friends at Loving Pet Project, and they both rescue animals and adopt pets out here in our community. But then they also help fund spay neuter assistance. So they have kind of a double edged sword there going after the homeless pet population here in our community. They're trying to attack it from both sides, which, of course, without spay neuter and good spay neuter support, we're not going to ever end the plight of homeless animals in our community. So I applaud them for all that they do on that front. And again, all of the funds from our roundup this month will go to Loving Pet Project of North Carolina. And today we have Sandy Ridge. And you might give a good guess if you are local why she may have come across that name, but I'll go ahead and share her little video with you. She is so cute. A little hound big hound story. And she was found out on Sandy Ridge, out in the Colfax area. She was trapped and brought into a foster home. And we have her foster parent Kevin here with us, and he is going to join us and tell us a little bit more about Sandy Ridge. So we will get Kevin added here, and we're going to talk all about the best home for Sandy Ridge. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us, Allison. Appreciate it.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about Sandy Ridge and her story. Tell us how she came by that name.
So, as you mentioned, she was a stray or a loose dog running around Sandy Ridge Road in Greensboro. I was working, I do missing pet recovery, and I was working on another case for a hound in Colfax. And we started getting reports of a hound dog running around Sandy Ridge and I-40. And I saw it posted on Nextdoor, so I reached out to some folks and said, if they need anything. It was clearly not the dog we were looking for, but I reached out to them and said, if they needed anything, to let me know. There was a resident that lives in that neighborhood that was able to work with Guilford County Animal Control, and they set a trap and they were able to capture Sandy. She's about 24 inches and roughly 70 pounds.
She's a
in
big
looking,
girl.
she's a big dog.
Uh-huh.
Not typical for Loving Pet Project. From what I understand, they tend to do
Little
small
one.
breeds, but
Sure.
they had stepped up for her, took care of her spay and neuter, all of her vetting, or not spay and neuter, her spay, and took care of all of her vetting. But the Good Samaritan that trapped her fence, and she was very fearful when she was trapped. So she didn't have any place to go. Loving Pet Project didn't have any fosters who were experienced with such a large dog. So some folks reached out to me and asked if I could help because I do primarily hound stuff. So they asked if I could help get her into a rescue. And so I brought her to my house, or they brought her to my house. And we started reaching out to rescues that I know. Nobody had any fosters or space available. So we pretty much contacted everybody we could think of. I think it was about 30 or 40 different rescues, and essentially everybody was in the same boat. It's much the same situation with all the shelters being full currently. So she ended up staying here. We got her vetting taken care of and got her spayed, and she's been with me I think about 3 or 4 months now. Definitely has come out of her shell. When she first came into my garage, we put a slip lead on her and took her out of the trap in an enclosed space, and she absolutely freaked out. But she has since learned that being inside, being with people is a good thing. She actually walks very, very well on a leash. She's very playful. We discovered yesterday that she likes to play fetch. So
Oh,
uh,
wow.
we're training a new tracking dog who likes to fetch, and so I was throwing the ball around the backyard, and Sandy actually is better at it than the tracking dog. So, um,
Surprise!
yeah, so she's been having fun doing that. Certainly, I would guess she's probably around between 2 and 3 would be my guess. So she's young, has a lot of energy, doesn't really realize that she's 70 pounds. So she's a bit of a proverbial bull in the china shop. So she kind of runs over the beagles that I have in the house, and just doesn't have a whole lot of spatial awareness. She loves to be on my lap, so she'll lay in the chair with me. I don't remember if any of the lap pictures were in the little presentation that you did, but she really loves to be a lap dog, which at 70 pounds is a little bit of a challenge. You got to make sure that
Aware
you're
of her size.
yeah, you got to pay attention so she doesn't just come running and jump in your lap. But she's great with other dogs. I have 2 dogs of my own, 2 other foster dogs, and then the new bloodhound that we're training. So she gets along great with all of them. We have 2 cats in the house. She does chase them around the house, but which they don't particularly seem to enjoy. But she doesn't. It's not an aggressive or predatory thing. She's just kind of curious about them. So um, she spent a little bit of time around small kids at some of the adoption events that I go to with my other foster dog. I take her along with me.
Uh-huh.
So she's had some exposure to kids and had no issues there. Um, I have chickens and bunnies in the backyard. She doesn't bother them at all. So she doesn't seem to have any prey drive issues, no aggression issues. Just a very sweet dog. She just needed to come off the streets and be shown that people will love her.
But a home's a good place.
The home
Yeah.
is a good place. She
Well,
just got a ball out of the toy basket. Sandy,
no.
come here. Come here. Let's see if I can get her to come up here. Come here. Come on. Up, up, up. There you go. Say hello.
Oh,
Behind
hi,
the camera.
Miss Sandy. Hi, Sandy. Let's see.
Yep.
There come the kisses. How sweet. What a love bug you are.
She's. I'm surprised she's actually not already climbed up in the chair. It's only because I have my laptop sitting in my lap.
So maybe a home with other dogs would be helpful, since I know sometimes shy and timid dogs get their confidence, can tend to get their confidence from pack members. Do you think that that's necessary for?
I fix my microphone. I don't know that I would say that it's necessary. Kind of the same thing with having a fenced yard. Um, it's not necessary, although because she's been on the loose, if she doesn't have a fenced yard with at least a 5-foot fence, she's going to need to be leash walked, with a secure collar and harness combination.
Mhm.
She would, I'm sure, enjoy having a canine buddy to play with.
Mhm.
But if somebody who is potentially adopting her spends a sufficient amount of time playing fetch in the yard or taking her to the dog park or things like that, taking her on long brisk walks, I think she would be okay being another dog, an only dog.
Oh my God. Okay.
Um, she is crated. She is crate trained. Very treat motivated, so she goes in her crate willingly. Um, she does bark. She does have a very loud bark, and when she decides it's time to get up in the morning, she will bark until you get up and get her out of her crate. She does.
She's
She will
not
not
taking
stop.
no for an
Yeah,
answer.
she does not stop. So she probably would not be real well suited for an apartment with
Mhm.
somebody who likes to sleep in. She's
Mhm.
usually up by like 7:30. Um, Somebody that works from home that can spend a lot of time with her would be great. She probably isn't going to be um, optimally in a home where she's going to be crated for long periods of time and not get enough activity or exercise. So
Sure. Well, good. Well, as we said last week with Happy, and we say again with Sandy Ridge, even if you guys who are watching this video don't have room in your home right now for Sandy Ridge, you never know when the person who is out there is scrolling through their feed and might come across this video and want to know more about Sandy Ridge and possibly have room in their home for Sandy Ridge. So we invite everybody to share this video and share information about Sandy Ridge. I have put in the comments section the link to her Pet Finder link, which is where you can go to apply to adopt her, and help us find Sandy Ridge a forever home. It is much harder with adult dogs and larger dogs to even find them forever homes. So sometimes it can take creative ways and sharing on social media and talking to people you know who may be looking for a pet to find forever homes. And so we invite everybody out there to help us find Sandy Ridge a forever home. Kevin, are there any parting words you'd like to say about Sandy Ridge that might help her and help people out there know that they're her forever home, or any silly tricks maybe that she does?
We haven't gotten to silly tricks yet. The one thing I'll say is she is the sweetest dog. You know, in spite of whatever ordeal she went through before she got, pulled off the Sandy Ridge Road, she is just a super, super sweet dog. She's sitting right next to me right now getting pets, which is why my computer's shaking a little bit. So anybody that, is looking for a shadow, just to be a cuddle buddy, to be a lap dog, she's it. She is young. She is going to need some exercise, but when you're done, she'll come in and lay on the couch next to you. She's all about the cuddling.
Says a lot about the resiliency of dogs,
Absolutely.
to go from that kind of a scenario where we don't know what her former life was like, and we don't know what she's going through. She's somewhere out here. Oh, okay, good, thanks. Sorry, my dogs are misbehaving, and so I'm sending them with babysitters so that they can.
I have beagles. All of mine misbehave.
Yeah, they can go back to the office and not be terribly misbehaving. But it says a lot about the resiliency of dogs to go from a situation where they've lacked socialization, likely, and lacked the kind of proper care to be able to slide into a home and adjust and settle in so well. And what a great nature it indicates that she has too.
Yeah, she's got a fantastic disposition.
Well, good. Well, we hope we can find Sandy Ridge a forever home out there. And we truly appreciate you being here, Kevin. It helps so much when we have the foster parents here to tell us all about them and to really help share their information. And so we appreciate you being here, and we'll say goodbye to you now. But we thank you for being here and sharing Sandy Ridge's story.
Sure. Thanks for having us, and thanks for everything you guys do. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, guys, we wanted to finish this up by reminding you to round up your invoices at both store locations. All you have to do is say, please round up, and our staff will take care of it from there. They will round up your invoice. But all of that small change goes to make a big difference in these organizations. Our store raised over $30,000 for local rescue organizations, all stayed here within our community. But it went to raise over $30,000 to help animals in need. So small change making a huge difference. And we hope to be able to share a lot with our friends from Loving Pet Project of North Carolina this month. And we ask you again, please share this video, share Sandy Ridge's link, and let people know that she's available for adoption, because we would love by the end of this month to give you updates on these pets and let you know that they've gone on to forever homes. Our hope is to be able to make a difference in that way. So thanks everyone for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next week for the next Pet of the Week.